All right, good morning, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this morning, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit of the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you haven't had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Amanda Bergen. Morning, young lady. What's your date of birth?
8/18/1980.
You are here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in court back in May on a pretrial before a jury trial. As to that charge, you're representing yourself. You got private counsel. You want the public defender.
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Judge Merritt set your bond at no bond. I'll leave it there on this case. I'll send you back to see him on the 26th of December. Public defender will come see you before that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Jennifer Delury.
Hello, sir.
Morning, Jennifer. What's your date of birth?
12/16/1991.
All right, Jennifer, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. You found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
PD.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond, of course, is no bond. I can't change that. I'll have you back to see him on the 26th of December, and the public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Sir, is there any way I can get a quicker court date? Because I've been sitting in Land O'Lakes for 8 months, and I was offered a drug program. I have to go back to court in front of my judge there on the 17th
Okay.
for a checkup.
I don't know if there's going to be much earlier. We got anything, Bridget?
Because it's just a yes or no if I can take it or not.
Yeah, that's a couple of weeks. All right, I'll move you up to the 11th.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Elizabeth Ngala.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, Elizabeth. What's your date of birth?
10/23/82.
Elizabeth, you're here on 2 warrants. Each was signed by Judge Toner. In each case, you found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. The bonds on those warrants is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to change your date. They told you the 26th. I'm going to move you up to the 21st. And the public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Michaela Matthews Cicero. Want to miss what's your date of birth?
3/18/1990.
You are here on a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear yesterday on a charge of permitting an unauthorized person to drive. Stated this sort of thing she can resolve this morning.
It's an adjudication, credit time served, fines for trespass, rescue.
education.
Very good. Michaela, you want to take care of it today? I give you credit for the 1 day you spent in jail, and this case is over.
Yes, sir.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury. Whoa, honey, come back. Got to go through the formalities. You realize you were waiving the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Case number 18, CT 3482, as to the charge that you permitted an unauthorized person to drive your vehicle. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest, which means you're not fighting the charge.
Yes, sir.
Very good. I'll accept the plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served. Fine and court costs is $488 plus $50 for the day in jail, but that takes care of it, Michaela. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, they're going to release you today. And then you want to get yourself to the courthouse again here in Brooksville on the first floor. There's a clerk's office, and they'll help you with setting up a payment plan to pay off the fine, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. You're up. Ishmael Cruz. Solemnly swear to faithfully translate English to Spanish, Spanish to English.
Yes, Your Honor. Registered Court Interpreter Ryan Woodson for the record. Good morning, sir.
Okay. Mr. Cruz, what is your date of birth?
Señor Cruz, ¿cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
11-25-79.
11/25/79.
And sir, this morning you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Scaglione.
Señor, usted está acá esta mañana en orden de arresto que fue firmado por el juez Scaglione.
He found probable cause for 3 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation.
Él encontró motivo fundado por 3 cargos de molestación lujurioso y lascivo.
As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself, you plan to hire a private lawyer, would you like the public defender?
Para esos cargos, ¿quisiera usted representarse a sí mismo? ¿Quisiera contratar un abogado privado o quiere que yo le designe defensor público?
Defensor público.
The public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender.
Le designo al defensor público.
State any criminal history.
¿Fiscalía algún antecedente penal?
Showing a no valid
No.
driver's license charge
Veo licencia de no conducir no válida
in Pinellas in 2014.
en el condado de Pinellas en el 2014.
Another driving license suspended charge from Clearwater in 2003.
Y otra acusación de manejar con licencia suspendida en Clearwater en el 2003.
And another driving license suspended charge felony out of Pinellas in 2001.
Y otra acusación de manejar con la licencia suspendida, delito mayor en Pinellas en el 2001.
And no dispositions on those.
No tengo disposición en ninguno de esos.
And he's showing as a single source offender according to the history provided this morning.
Y él está mostrado como ofensor de solo una fuente, según lo que estoy mirando esta mañana.
Sir, I have an address for you on Addison Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Señor, tengo una dirección para usted en la calle Addison en Spring Hill. ¿Es ahí donde usted vive?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, do you have a job these days?
¿Tiene usted ¿tiene trabajo actualmente?
Temporalmente.
Temporarily.
What sort of work are you doing?
¿Qué clase de trabajo está haciendo?
Armo trailers para botes de aire.
Interpreter para repetir. ¿Me repite, por favor? Repítame, señor, por favor.
Armo trailers para botes de aire.
I put together trailers for airboats.
Okay. Very good. Then as to the 3 counts, I'm going to set the bond at $20,000 on each count. That's a total of $60,000.
Muy bien, está bien. Y para cada cargo, para la fianza, para los cargos, le voy a poner... the interpreter like to verify, Your Honor, you said how much?
$20,000 on each of 3 for a total of $60,000.
Thank you. $20,000 en cada cargo para un total de $60,000.
Condition of the bond also is that you'll have no contact whatsoever with the alleged victim.
Condición de la fianza también significa, va a ser que usted no puede tener contacto alguno con la víctima presunta.
No contact means that you don't go where she lives, you don't go where she works or goes to school.
No tener contacto significa que usted no puede ir a donde vive ella, donde ella trabaja, donde ella estudia.
You contact her via text message or via cell phone or any other social media.
No la puede contactar por de contacto de texto, mensaje de texto, por celular, teléfono celular o por cualquier otro medio social.
Anyway, I forbid you to have contact with her any way you might imagine having contact.
Le prohíbo que usted tenga contacto con ella de cualquier manera que usted podría imaginar tener contacto con ella.
If you have contact and we find out about it, you'll be held in jail without bond.
Si usted tiene contacto con ella y nosotros nos enteramos, usted va a ser detenido en la cárcel sin fianza.
In addition, you'll have no contact of any kind with any person under the age of 18.
Adicionalmente, usted no va a tener contacto de cualquier manera con una persona menor de 18 años.
And if you're able to bond out, you'll be subject to GPS monitoring at your expense.
Y si usted puede salir fianzado, usted va a ser sujeto, va a tener que someterse a monitor de GPS y usted lo va a tener que pagar por su propia cuenta.
I'll have you back in court on the 26th of December.
Lo regreso a la corte, quiero que usted regrese a la corte el 26 de diciembre.
If you do get out, you should go see the public defender. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail.
Si usted sale, debe de ir a ver al defensor público. Si usted no puede salir, van a la cárcel a verlo a usted.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Muy bien, gracias, señor.
Gracias.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter, please.
Yes, you may. Thank you. David Balilli. Morning, David. What's your date of birth?
9/29/91.
David, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Ruby. She found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender? I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. We'll have you back in court on the 21st of December. Public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Is it all?
Thank you, sir.
There is an offer of 60 days. I can tell you, Your Honor, it's not going to get better, so if you
Right.
just want to plead today.
Well, I wasn't even going to go there because it's 60 days, and you ought to take an opportunity to speak to an attorney at least once, because I don't know what his situation is. And he's coming back to court in 3 weeks.
What was his court date?
21st. Robert Blanchard. Morning, Robert. What's your date of birth?
1490.
All right, Robert, I have 2 writs of bodily attachment here this morning. What that means is one's from Hillsborough and one's from Pasco. What that means is that in each of those counties, a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. In Hillsborough County, they set a cash purge of $2,500. In Pasco County, they set a cash purge of $450. So the story for you this morning is that if you had $2,950 that you could get to the jail, you could get out of jail and then go see the folks at Child Support Enforcement about getting this cleared up. If you don't have that money, you'll be transferred. My guess would be that you'd be transferred to Pasco County first. Once you're in Pasco, the judge down there would have a chance to lower that purge if that's appropriate. And when you're done with Pasco, then they'll send you to Hillsborough so you can deal with that one. So the total is, like I said, $2,950. If you don't have it, they'll transport you probably to Pasco right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Dennis Casey. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
6/30/75.
All right, Dennis, I have a warrant for you out of it's like Tulsa County, Oklahoma. Your options this morning are this. If you're entitled to have an extradition hearing if you wish. The point of an extradition hearing would be to determine whether you're the right person and whether the folks in Tulsa County have a valid warrant for you. Once that happened, if we were able to determine those things, then Oklahoma would be given 15 days to come and get you. If you wish, you can waive your right to that hearing today. If you waive your right to that hearing, then I'll put you on the clock. I'll put Oklahoma on the clock this morning, and they'd have 15 days from right now. If you ask for an extradition hearing, that process can take up to 60 days, and while you're waiting for that to happen, you would stay in my jail. I will tell you additionally, it appears that there's a bond on the warrant in Oklahoma, but you'd have to have somebody in Oklahoma post that bond if you wanted to do that. As far as we're concerned, here in Florida, you're a fugitive, so we would hold you without bond while you were waiting for an extradition hearing. So your decision for me this morning is you need to tell me, yes, I'd like to have an extradition hearing, or no, I would like to waive my extradition hearing and put Oklahoma on the clock right now. What would you like to do?
Where's the hearing?
Very good. You can sign that form for me. State of Oklahoma will be notified immediately that you've waived. They'll give them 15 days to come get you. If you're still here in 15 days, they're going to bring you back to see me, and I'll find out what the holdup is, all right?
Yep.
Thank you. Darian Daly.
How you doing this morning?
Pretty good, Darian. How are you?
I'm all right.
What's your date of birth?
January 14, 2000.
Darren, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for a violation of probation. In your case, the folks at probation are recommending that we terminate your case and have you do 30 days in the county jail. If you'd like to do that today, we can. I tell you that because if you don't take the 30 days today, you might wind up serving a little bit of extra time because by the time you get back to court, you might have more than that in. But it's up to you. If you'd like to talk to a lawyer first, I'll sure appoint you a lawyer. If you want to take the 30, we can do that right now.
Your Honor, I currently have 30 days time served.
Okay, where did you do that?
In Hernando County Jail.
Okay. When did you do that?
I was released October 10th.
He was placed on probation from the jail and he never reported.
When did we go?
On the felony case, I sat for 30 days. It was dropped.
September the 6th.
He was placed on probation on September the 6th.
Right. And he was RR, and he never reported to probation.
I was never able to report to get a probation officer on September 17th like you guys assigned me because I was already in custody. And you guys never violated me because I suppose the investigation started before I was placed on parole or probation.
Hang on.
He was released on 10/10,
Right.
and he was supposed to report.
Just trying to get my head around why we would have put him on probation when he was not going to get out.
I don't know what happened.
Let's see. I mean, no info about this case.
Your Honor,
Hang on. Sometimes, Darren, you don't need to keep priming the pump. Things might be going your way even if you don't know it, okay?
yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So he spent that time between the 6th and the 10th waiting for the state to drop his felony case. So that story works for me. Darren, I'll give you the time served, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right. You understand by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 18MM2156, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made, revoke and terminate the probation unsuccessfully, adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge if we didn't do that before, sentence you to 30 days in the county jail, credit 30 days served. There'll be $100 for the state attorney's office and your cost of incarceration, but that takes care of it, Darian. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you'll be released today, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You bet. Kevin Fuchs. he's not here, right?
Your Honor, he's at the hospital.
Right, okay. Very good. He's here on a warrant signed by Judge Heinemann. Judge Heinemann found probable cause. Any history, Steve?
I don't know, Your Honor, because I was not provided any history. I've gone through all of my paperwork, so
Okay.
I don't have anything with his name on it, but the
Okay.
PC.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to leave the bond for the warrant, which is the $5,000, have him back in court on the 21st of December. Earl Graham? Morning, Mr. Graham. What's your date of birth?
11/12/93.
Mr. Graham, you're also here on a writ of bodily attachment. This one's out of Lake County. It means that a child support hearing officer there and a circuit judge there determined that you owe some child support. They set your cash purge at $677. If you could get that cash to the jail today, you could get out. If you don't have it, we'll notify Lake County and let them know that you're ready to go. I'll give them 5 days to come get you. If you're still here in 5 days, and that's very unlikely, but if you were still here in 5 days, they'd bring you back to see me and I'd find out what the holdup is, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Miguel Herrera? Brother Miguel, what's your date of birth?
2/10/93.
Miguel, there's 2 charges this morning. I've got trafficking of methamphetamine and driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
PD, sir.
I'll appoint the PD, Steve.
Your Honor, an action was dropped in 2017 for possession of a weapon or ammo by convicted felon. Guilty disposition 2018, resisting an officer without violence. Guilty disposition 2018, possession of controlled substance without prescription on Pasco. Guilty disposition 2016, resisting without violence. Possession of cannabis. Possession of meth. And those are out of Pasco. He was acquitted in 2016 for aggravated assault out of Pasco. An action was dropped for possession of cannabis in 2014. An action was dropped for aggravated assault and armed burglary in 2014 out of Pasco. An action was dropped in 2014 out of Pasco for shooting into an occupied dwelling. A guilty disposition, possession of controlled substance in 2012. Also battery, guilty disposition, and burglary, guilty disposition in that case. Those are also out of Pasco. Guilty disposition for grand theft out of Pasco in 2012. Guilty disposition, possession of methamphetamines in 2012 out of Pasco. Guilty disposition 2010, loitering and prowling. It's a juvenile history out of Pasco, but he does have some other juvenile history.
That's okay. That's okay. Miguel, I have an address for you on Sunridge Drive in Dade City. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
A month.
Okay. You have a job these days?
No, sir.
Okay. How long has it been since you worked?
Like a year. Like a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay. Who takes care of you?
I stay at my mom's right now.
Okay.
That's where my mom lives in.
Okay.
She's helping me out.
Set the bond on the trafficking at $10,000, on the driving at $2,000. That's a total of $12,000. You'll be back in court on the 26th of December. If you're able to get out, you should contact the PD right away, okay?
What's my bond, sir?
$12,000 is the total.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Victor Marte? Morning, Victor. What's your date of birth?
10/1989.
All right, Victor, you're here on a warrant I signed. You failed to appear in my court on a charge of no motor vehicle registration, but it looks like you got a DOC hold. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want to take time served on this and move on?
Absolutely.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer. Do you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 17-CT-3173, that's the charge that you operated an unregistered motor vehicle. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Don't matter, guilty.
I'll accept the guilty plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 1 day in the county jail. Credit 1 day served, fine and court costs is $488. I'm not going to assess any coin because I'm sure that was done. So that takes care of this misdemeanor. Victor, you're free to go wherever you got to go next, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Joseph Teeter. Morning, Joseph. What's your date of birth?
7/6/91.
Joseph charges driving under the influence. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the PD, state.
This is all I'm showing, Your Honor.
And Joe, I've got an address for you on East Brook Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
22 years.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir, 2.
What do you do?
I work on boats, marine repair, and I just recently got a part-time job at West Marine on US 19.
Okay. All right, Joe, I'll set your bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on the 21st of December. When you get out, make sure you contact the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Good, thank you. Anybody else, Joe?
That's
That's it, Your
all I
Honor.
got.